Yeah, first race in March.
All right, welcome to another episode of Formula One Fanatics. Let's jump straight into it. Andy Cowell, the great engine guru that Aston Martin stole from Mercedes, has apparently been forced out by Adrian Newey. So here's what's happening. He says that he's leaving. It's clear that he's leaving because when he joined this team, he was made the basically he was the team principal and he was the person who would be making technical decisions and take the team forward under this new era of engine centric cars to push a car that would be built around the power unit. But he came in July of 2024. But when Newey became available, Newey came later on in the year, and Newey came in, and
Oh
Lawrence
no.
Stroll, I guess, gave Louis whatever he wanted to. He gave Newey shares in the company. And also, when Cowell and Newey had a disagreement about the technical direction, he had Cowell demoted from team principal to becoming the CEO and making Newey the technical director and the aero guy. So I guess Cowell had no more input on the car at all, and I think he's had enough of it. So he's leaving Aston Martin. So what we have here is a situation in which, because I asked myself, why would you sign Cowell if you were just going to bring in Newey and replace him? But when they signed Cowell, they didn't know Newey would be available. So when Newey got on the market, I guess Lawrence Stroll said, like a kid with candy, "Mommy, I don't want my first slave. Can you buy me that slave over there?" You know, that type of thing. So like he's like, I want Newey. So he gave Newey what
Who
Newey
said?
wanted. Can I have that slave? That slave is faster, Daddy. He has bigger muscles. Yeah.
What kind of
So
kid is
basically,
that?
yeah. So in other words, Lawrence Stroll said, "Oh, fuck you, Kyle. I love you, Kyle, but we got something better." It'll be the same as if Verstappen came today and said, "I want to join Mercedes." Toto Wolff would be like, "George Russell, bye, 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 bye." So that's what happened. And the key, we're not going to go deep into it, but the key difference was that Cowell wanted to build along the lines of the engine and making sure that there's a good the engine itself is integrated well with the car. Newey has a very radical design with the rear and aero, which is going to be very fast but very delicate and maybe not as reliable as the model the Cowell wants, which will be more reliable, have more horsepower available, but have less aero. So Newey is like when they had that disagreement, and also Cowell said that our correlation between the sim and the real world only needs to be tinkered with, and Newey said no, it needs to be thrown away and revamped for 2 years, a 2 year process. So those clashes is why Newey basically had Cowell demoted and put into a position where he's only marketing for the team, like Christian Horner. Whereas we know Cowell wants to work, build engines. He built the Mercedes engine. He put a lot of what their technology they have now, why they're number one, is thanks to him. So good riddance for him. What I mean by good riddance for him is that not good riddance to you, but leave that team because you don't deserve to be on a team where you have no input. What are your thoughts, Kunle? I should say good riddance for him. Good riddance, Aston Martin. Go ahead.
Yeah,
What are your
well, it's
thoughts, Kunle?
unfortunate that Cowell had to leave
Yeah.
in such a unfortunate manner. I would have hoped that there would have been some form of compromise to have allowed him to still be on board as someone that can also look at other ways to get the most out of the car that maybe Newey might not think of, because clearly they have different ways of approaching the problem. But sometimes it just doesn't work, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes things worse. Sometimes when you're different in your approach to get to the same place, it can work. Um,
Yeah.
I think I've heard about. I think Newey has had his issues with people. I think he's very particular about the type of people that he likes to work with.
Yeah. He had
I
issues
see
with
more of this happening,
but he
and
had issues with
and the
Vache.
frustration. Yes, and the frustration with the disappointment of the car in the early testings. It's not really been what they've been hoped it would be getting into. So they're looking at what they can do to be more competitive, basically. And at the end of the day, if Cowell is not providing the solutions that's going to contribute towards this car being faster in 2026, he's got to get the hell out. It's too much.
Yeah, and the way I look at it, you're right, because he knew we all know he's an aerodynamic genius, but I keep saying this, and this happened with Red Bull. Newey creates a car which is in theory perfect, but you have to take into alignment real world conditions, real track conditions, and the fact that you have to integrate it with a car. So he's not a mathematician and he's not a physicist. He's a conceptual guy. He can do the design, but he doesn't follow the details of how it would work with the microphysics, especially on bumpy surfaces and details like that. He doesn't care about those details. He's like, I don't give a fuck. You're going to build around my aero package and you're just going to figure it out. And I think that's where the problem lies. But I do agree with you. They should have found a compromise because what you would need is to have someone like Cowell there to keep the team grounded and say, okay, look, you can make all those aero designs, but with the way this engine unit works, since this is my field, they're going to have to be made some concessions with the aero. But Newey doesn't want to hear that. Same problem he had in Red Bull. He was the head man, but I believe now that the guy who left Red Bull and went to McLaren, Rob Marshall, Rob Marshall, he's the one that created McLaren's suspension and stuff like that. He was one of the reasons Red Bull was doing well because he could take Newey's ideas and figure out how you make a suspension package for it and everything and keep it going. And once he left, that's when you started seeing McLaren do better with suspension, with stability, and with tire warming, tire preservation, which is what Red Bull had when he was there. So I guess what I'm saying is that even Newey may be the best engineer in F1. He can't work as a one-man team, especially since his work is design. He's going to need mechanics. He's going to need practical engineers, people. What I mean by practical, they don't work in design. They figure out how to fix problems right there on the track, regardless of design. He doesn't deal with those, so he would need a team, but he wants to be the total autodidact, dictator on the team, authoritarian, and do everything by himself. It's not going to work. He's going to have to rely on other people. So it's a pity that Cowell left, but I think that both of them were too big to be on the same team, to be honest with you. So good luck to Cowell. What are your thoughts, Mr. Johnny? Too many names to remember, man.
Yeah. Well, I think I was trying to just find out something smart to say about the whole thing. Then I found
Common
out
sense, man.
I saw some reports that the Aston Martin has shut down rumors that Andy Cowell is leaving. That Andy Cowell is very happy where he is and is not leaving. So what's the dealio?
They changed it
Yeah,
again. The news has changed. Well,
yeah.
last time I
So
checked,
They
some are
take it
saying
away
set
his
to
role.
leave.
They
What
still
is it?
reduced his role, and I think that even though he's part of the team still, that's what most of us said. But he said that they've taken away
no, he's supposed
specifically
to be
his
leaving.
role and the work that he does work with
The rumor is that he's
the
leaving.
car.
The rumor is that he's leaving in July. That's what I
But
heard.
then they're saying the rumors have been shut down. Aston Martin is saying he's not leaving. So
Okay,
somebody is lying.
but,
But
but it doesn't matter.
I
Even if it's a
yeah.
rumor, we can
We'll
still
see
talk
whether
about the
there is
Even
dysfunction.
even 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 if he's leaving, or if he's leaving, and let
yeah.
him just come back to Mercedes because
Mhm.
the Mercedes need him.
Mercedes
He
needs
need
that man.
yeah, or go to Ferrari. Let him help Hamilton get his.
July is a long
Mhm.
way.
He should go to Red Bull because you
Yeah,
know why I
July
say
is
he
a
should
long way.
go.
There are a lot of people who believe that get to July. July is a long time away. A lot can happen.
Yeah.
It's only 2 months though. Let me tell you why he should go to Red Bull. Red Bull took 150 engineers from Mercedes last year who worked with him on
What?
the power unit.
Wow! Can you imagine
So he
that?
might as well come back and work with his boys at Red Bull.
At Red Bull, so they're all there, all waiting,
And so
all
there was
there.
we'll talk about this tomorrow, but there was a civil war going on in the team in which Cowell wanted to make the team have a narrow, streamlined aero, which will focus on engine reliability and power. And Newey wanted to build a long airflow. That's all Newey cares about.
Yeah,
Is air. As you look at the cars, you can see
airflow.
he likes airflow, and that was the big difference. I still think that there's a way you need to have two sides of the team that work on that and they find a middle ground or the best synthesis of that because as
Yeah,
good as airflow will be on the on the Aston Martin, they've lost their engine guy and the engine it seems highly dodgy. So
yeah.
it seems dodgy. That's all I can say. And it's no matter you can have a Batmobile, but if you don't have an engine, it can't do jack,
It's
man.
just gonna be a black, beautiful looking thing that doesn't do anything. Because
Unless
I mean,
it can only win unless there's a tornado or wind, something to carry it in the wind or something.
or there's a beauty contest, then you
Yeah.
get. But apart from that, there ain't nothing. But because I mean, that's Aston Martin really looks
No, no
impressive.
dazzle without the shizzle. No, without the shizzle.
That's
That's
what
what it
shit.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
The Aston Martin really looks really nice. Really looks really. I mean, it looks mean. It looks like
no,
and
it
but
also
if
looks it also looks like if it has a decent engine, it will destroy people on corners
yes,
and everything.
so
But the
if
engine is so
it
important now. The engine is like in football where they talk about the spine of the team. The engine is the spine. Yeah. I don't care how many fancy wingers you can have. You can have Ronaldo on the left, Mbappe on the
But the
right,
engine is art.
and
Without
Vinicius.
the engine,
You know what I'm talking about? Like, wingers. Wingers are the arrow for football. But if you don't
Yeah.
have Rodri and those guys in the midfield, it doesn't matter how much Testarossas you
How
have
many
on
wings
them.
you have, it won't take off. If you don't have, no matter what, those wings
So
won't
tomorrow
fly.
we'll talk more about the technical stuff, the stuff that guys like Roman like to talk about. Today we were talking about the politics. Last thoughts on that, Kunle, before we get out of here.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at Aston Martin's decision to put Newey before Cowell, it makes
Yeah.
sense
And very quickly,
because
sorry to jump in front of you, just as a reminder of what Johnny said. Even if Cowell stays, it's like he's been debilitated as a leader on that team. Yeah, so it doesn't matter
yeah,
whether he leaves or stays. Yeah,
you
but go ahead,
must
Kunle. Sorry.
there must be one leader at the end of the day. I think that would be reason why um, he looks to take that step. Am I signing this out, or am I just going to
No, you're good.
continue explaining?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But very quickly,
Yeah.
but here's the problem: you could have a leader, right? But Cowell, even if he's not the leader, for him to not have any technical input, they say he has none. They brought in somebody from Italy, Enrico from Ferrari, to deal with technical stuff. So it means he's not doing anything except signing checks. That's a waste
It's an
for an Indian.
it's an ego issue there.
Yeah, take us out. Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe that it is an ego issue within Aston Martin that is we are looking at, and we hope that it resolves itself and they become more competitive as we go on to Bahrain for testing tomorrow. And from myself and Mustafa and Johnny, we bid you goodbye, farewell, adieu. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, thank you, guys.